Today I'm working on sketchbook commissions. They're a little bit overdue, so I had 5 available. I would like to finish 3 today. They're all going to be in mental vacation. So I'm going to be drawing Block, Key and John today. I'm going to sketch some initial ideas and thumbnails on my iPad because I have to get it right on the first page. I don't want to mess it up, so I think it's better if I plan it out. Even though they are quite simple drawings. I've put Key in front of me to inspire me. I think I'll use mechanical today. I don't know where I've put it though. I think it's in there. So this is the pen I used to outline. Sakura Pigma. Alright, I can't find the one I usually use, so I guess today we'll use something else. It's 2B, HB. HB is fine. I still haven't set up everything properly, so there's no specific place for each type of tool I have. That's why it's just disappeared somewhere. Most of my other stuff's here though. Oh well, we can try this one. I actually want to round the corners, so maybe I should do that first. Let me do that now. Forgot that I was going to go out later, so I got changed into my hobo clothes. I'm really into sweatpants lately. They're like so comfortable. I can understand why people can live in sweatpants. Yeah. So what I've done is I sketched out thumbnails on my iPad, and then I've kind of traced the outline of the thumbnail onto the first page so then I can get the general idea down. It's extremely loose sketch. So now I'm going to refine the sketch and then I'm going to ink it and then add like maybe 1 or 2 colours. We'll have yellow. Key colours. Come on, nothing's gonna change if you're always standing still. Come on, nothing's gonna change. You're always standing still. Okay, I think the sketch is fine now. What is that? Here's the final sketch before I ink it. If I'm going to ink something, I like to do a loose sketch so I don't get too precious about the sketch version of it, since inking is not my forte. Although I would like to improve. Don't even know if you can see anything here from this angle. Oh, maybe I should do the other sketches first and then ink them all in one go. Here goes nothing. My first mistake.
Don't be a stranger in the night. Take a chance for some romance. Don't cover your eyes. Willow trees know you better than anyone else. It's time you let your guard down.
Okay, let this one dry. Sketch for John. Took a bit longer than the key one. I think I'm gonna wait a bit before I ink it and work on the block sketch. Finish the block sketch, the John one, so I'll ink them together. I go through phases of drawing him with an ears and a tail, so I'm currently in that phase. The key one's over there. I'm gonna add a little bit of colour and then those will be done. I also finished the key one a while ago. I had a little break and came back to it, which I'm super glad about because I realised how wonky it was. It's still a little wonky, but I managed to fix most of it. Yeah, quite like that one in the end. I think my favourite is this one though. I need to refine my traditional art, like the shapes I use.
For someone like me, I'd say I'm settled and I'm pretty cold. Don't storm in the storm. If not me, then someone like me that knows what to do.
I was just packing away the commission orders and I realised I didn't film the final result because my SD card filled up, so I've just changed it now and I can show you. I actually already packed the Jun one away. I've taken photos, so I'll probably post it on my social media somewhere. This is my favourite so far. I just really enjoy drawing him in general. This is actually a fingerprint smudge that I managed to incorporate into the drawing. This one is going to Cam. And then this one is for Ember. It's a key one. I actually really like this one too. I was a bit worried about it halfway through, but I think it came out nicely in the end. But I do really appreciate everyone who ordered on these commissions. Thank you very much for the support. This is how long it takes to open up my Sketches 2019 file. It's pretty huge. So I'm in the process of actually compiling all the pages for the e-zine version, which is the digital version of the zine. So yeah, I just want to show you the file that I've been working on forever. Here are all the pages. There ended up being 70 in the end, so 35 spreads. So the folders are all green right now. They look really pretty, but in the process of doing this, I changed the color of the folders depending on like the status of it. And then once I'm done with that folder, I can turn it green. That's how I know if a page has been finished or not. But yeah, within these folders are all the layers of each drawing, and if there are any color layers as well, they're in there too. Some pages are more complicated than other pages, but really it's taken me forever. I ended up with over 800 layers, so that's the scale we're working at here. Overall, I feel satisfied that it's done, but I don't know how I feel about this zine compared to Sketches 2018. Not that it's bad necessarily, but that I feel like the 2020 version of me has already moved on from the 2019 version of me. In a way, making this book is like leaving that year behind me now that it's complete. But I thought I'd just talk about the process a little bit. For those who are interested. I do get a few questions about how to make an e-zine, so I'm going to walk you through that briefly. So what I've done here is I've flattened all the pages now and made all the final adjustments. So here they all are. Yeah, this is the final book file, so I've resized everything to the print size it should be. So it's going to be a 210mm book, A4 squared. This is the front cover. This is the 3mm bleed. And then this is the gutter. So I use this green thing as a guide to show me like how close to the bind I should get with certain images, because I don't want them to be lost in the gutter. For the e-zine, I crop out the bleed, so I've just made a duplicate file here and cropped out the bleed. And then I've saved all these layers as single PDFs. And that's what these are, so 35. I still need to add the intro page. This is the page for the e-zine. I like to experiment quite a lot when I do these. I really like the colours, like with the oranges and the purple. I think they go really nicely together. It's like a peach, actually it's more like a peachy colour. And I'm gonna write tools and my experience with the scene here. I also do a version like this and put it on the inside covers of the printed versions. So they end up being slightly different in that regard, but it's kind of a nice little touch. I can show you what I did for Sketches 2018. So this is the e-zine version of it. So this is the first page you get. Because when you view the PDF version, everything's in spreads like this. And then for the printed version, when you send something to print, you often have to do it in single pages like this, rather than spreads. So when I formatted it for print, this was the cover and this is the inside cover. The message is on the back, slightly altered version, and then that's the back cover. So it'll be kind of like that. Today is my last day at home before I'm going to London. I'm actually going to see Super M in concert on Saturday, so that's why I'm going to London, and to see some friends and chill. In total, I'm going to be away for about a week. So I really need to get this done today. It's still quite early. Well, I've been working for the last couple hours and it's 11:38 right now. I think it'll be fine. I have all the pages. I'm just going to reorder them now, and then I'm going to resize everything, and I'll show you what I do when I compile the PDF version. And then I guess I should do the print version, although that could wait. But I would ideally like to get this PDF version up tonight because pre-orders also close tonight. So yeah, that's the plan. I also have to pack and everything, so I can't spend too much time on it. Okay, I finished my free talk page. So now I'm going to format all the files so that they are a little smaller than the print versions, because when I compile them all, I don't want the file to be too big. I want it to be around 200 megabytes maximum. Seems to be a good amount for this type of thing. Anyway, this is the action I created. Since I only make an e-zine about once a year or twice a year max, I always forget how I do this. I actually use Preview, which is a Mac app, like a default image viewer. So I'm not sure if there's an equivalent for Windows that you can use to do this type of thing. But I open the first file in Preview, and then I make sure this sidebar is open. And then I select all the rest. I'm trying not to do this with one hand. Deselect this one if you can, but I have one free hand. And then drag the rest up here. Yeah, see, it's opened it twice. So I'm just gonna close this one. Okay, it crashed, so I have to start again. The reason why I open one file first is because if you select them all and try and open them with Preview, they'll all open in separate windows. Yeah, so what you actually want is them all in one window, so it's like one file. So what I do here is that I will move these around because you can edit PDFs directly, which is so good. Yeah, so you just drag them, yeah, like this, and you just drag them. So I'm gonna curate an order for my pages, and then once it's all done, hit Command A on the thumbnail side. It selects all the thumbnails. You go to File, Export as PDF, and that's pretty self-explanatory. I always find this difficult to do because the strong pages look really good when they're all together, but you don't want to put all of the strong pages in, like, or all your favorite pages in one section of the book. It's also kind of a rule that's used for portfolios too, where you put your best work at the front and at the back, and then like the less impressive work in the middle. So that's what I usually go by as well when it comes to formatting my book. Sometimes I like to do it in chronological order though, because it is a sketch zine, so it's kind of difficult to decide. So then I suppose the earlier work is at the front, which generally correlates to the less solid pages. Not always though. There's also a case of where I have a lot of pages which are just drawings of my OCs, and then I have some pages which are just more original random characters and like doodles, I guess. I don't know if it's better to have all of those in one section and then have just a section with all my OC drawings, or just because there aren't that many random ones, I don't know if I should just kind of slot them in between the OC ones. How many random ones are there? Let me see. Okay, so 8 spreads are more random drawings, and then the rest are OC stuff. 8 out of 35, which means so 17 pages are OCs and 8 pages are random. Oh, I didn't count this one, so yeah, 7. This middle section's so good. This section's nice too. I actually like this zine a lot more than I thought. It looks good when it's all put together. For my next zine, I actually have a plan to split the zine into like 3 sections and then have specific colour palettes for those sections. So when you kind of go through the book, it flows through a sequence of palettes. So I don't know how successful I'm going to be with that. That's the plan. It's good to have that type of flow for things like comics as well, because it kind of helps you walk through the narrative as well and like the different moods and scenes. For sketch zine, it's not so critical, but I like overthinking. I don't know. Like when you flip through it, I like it to feel like it's cohesive. So like I'll put together some of the colour schemes that are more similar and then break them up as well, so there's not too monotonous. I only do like a couple pages like that and then change. But I think they go pretty nicely together. Still working through this. You go through and sometimes there's a lull. That's when you know you need to change the pages around. I'm gonna make this the middle spread, I think. Because when you think about a perfect bound book, it's like the opposite to a saddle stitch book. If you are printing saddle stitch book, they use usually staples to bind the book. So when you open it at the middle page, you can completely see the spread. You can guarantee the center page will look really good because it's just one page. And so the seam line won't cut off anything in the middle. Whereas for a perfect bound book, it's kind of the opposite. The center page will have the most gutter, like the most loss in between the bind. So shove like the pages you to put the pages you don't mind losing a little in that bit. I think I'm getting very close. So I've decided that the print order will be slightly different to the digital version. The last thing to do is to just zoom in and kind of look at it as if someone who purchased it is looking through it, and then proofread, and then I can save as PDF, and that's good to go. I can upload it. Enjoy. Thank you. Wow, I just realized I'm not recording. Great. So here are the two stickers designs. Originally it was only going to be this one for the pre-order, but I already had the sketch of this brick one, so I decided to finish him up. I'll be including him as well as a bonus. Yeah, I'm really excited to get these printed. Give you a little bit of a close-up. I painted them both on my iPad. I'm getting really used to the flow of it now. It's become less and less difficult to achieve the type of line and cleanness, I guess you'd call it, look of my usual paintings. So I've just been using it lots. However, I did color correct them slightly because the iPad screen is a little bit different, so I tend to have to tweak colors a little bit after, but it's not really a big deal. So yeah, I will be sending these to Sticker Wrap. This is the first time I'm getting stickers professionally printed, and I'm really excited because I want those cool holographic or glittery effects that they do. I have been looking at Sticker Wrap for a while. The stickers always look really good quality. So I was making plans to order, however they actually got in touch with me recently, and the timing was just perfect. I let them know about the zine and the two designs that I was planning to do, and they said that they'd be happy to collaborate with me on that. So yeah, the timing was just great. I couldn't believe it really. I opened my email, I was like, oh my god, Sticker App collab, thank you. I don't do a lot of promotional work for other companies unless I really like the product or if I was already interested in the company initially. It takes a lot for me to say yes, but this one was just like one of those perfect ones. Doesn't happen very often. But before I send the file, I'm going to print this out to test what size I'd like. These smaller ones are 3 inches and these bigger ones are about 4 inches. 3 inches is fairly big anyway, like it's not that small for a sticker, but with the 4-inch ones you can see all the details, but I find you can see details clearer when they're printed, so I thought I'd do a test print and decide from there. I just printed them. This is just regular gloss sticker paper, so the colours aren't that vibrant. I am hoping it is the paper because I know that I fiddled around with my screen settings since I installed the XP Pen tablet, so I don't know how accurate my colours are. I guess this is going to be the first test. I'm also sending the book to print later in the week, so that could be an issue. We'll see. I'm not too worried about it. Sticker Wrap don't seem to offer like 1/2 inches. 3 inches seems a little too small, and 4 might be too big, and so 3.5 would have been ideal, but let me cut them out first. I have had a lot of requests about making these designs into charms. I did make these though as sticker pre-order bonuses for my Sketches 2019. They are only available as stickers if you buy the zine. I wasn't sure what to do because I was like, oh, but they're going to be exclusive. Do I just print them as stickers and then that's it? But because I kind of want to make them as charms for myself too, I thought, okay, I guess I can offer them as charms And in a way, the stickers are still exclusive because I'm not going to be printing them as stickers ever. So those who do have the stickers know that the stickers are limited. Maybe I should have printed it on higher quality sticker paper to show you. Okay, I guess the zine is big, so maybe I make bigger stickers. That's my logic currently. So I've been away for about a week, so I took a week off from doing work, and I think it really helped me refresh because I was pretty hardcore during February trying to get a lot of things finished. And I wouldn't say I was doing it unhealthily or on the verge of burnout, but I definitely feel the difference. My energy is so much better and I've been getting a lot done. So I'm wondering if I can start to maybe take at least one day off a week, completely absent from work-related tasks, because I tend not to be able to switch off that easily. But I actually think it might help me be more productive overall. So I might try that, and then eventually even maybe have a weekend. Which sounds like a long distant dream, but maybe it could happen if I'm smart about it, because then during the weekdays when I am working, I'll be much more refreshed and make up for those 2 days. The longer I do this independent artist thing, the more I realize it's probably better to set those work boundaries rather than not thinking about them, because even though the work itself might be enjoyable a lot of the time, it is still draining and it does take energy. A human still needs their messing around time. And I have a lot of other like hobbies and stuff that I want to work on this year, but always seem to make an excuse for myself not to like set the time out to do them. I think if I actually did have weekends, maybe I would get more headway on those type of things too. That is a small goal I'd like to achieve this year. Oh, it's all time management, isn't it? Oh, let me show you. I also wasn't sure about the proportion between the two stickers, but I think this is fine. So I went to London recently, and I also stayed at a friend who lives in Swindon, and we went to visit Bath as well. Bath is such a pretty city. I want to go again so we can spend more time there. Oh, I might have to get rid of this flick, it kind of breaks the silhouette a bit. I did bring my camera and I have like a little bit of footage, but not a lot. I don't tend to film a lot when I'm outdoors, and especially now that I haven't vlogged as much as I did last year. But this morning I woke up and I was like thinking about my studio vlogs, and I because I was working on these stickers yesterday, I just thought, wait a second, my vlogs are meant to be about my art anyway, and I've not been filming my art, so why am I putting so much pressure about filming all the things I do outside of like my work? And then it just struck me like, oh, all I have to do is film what I'm working on. Like, that was the initial idea of my studio, like my vlogs anyway, so why am I fretting over not filming much, you know, when I was on my trip? Because I'm hoping you guys are here for the art. A little size comparison for you. I am liking the bigger size, not gonna lie. For charms, this size is better. But for a sticker, I think, I don't know. I'm not big on big stickers myself. Or, I don't know. Let me cut the bigger brick one out. And then we can make a decision. I'll layer them out here so you can see them. With the bigger size, I might make this one slightly smaller. I'm definitely leaning more towards this size for the stickers, so then I can get the hollow effects. Yeah, they're detailed enough to warrant this size. And probably around the size for charms, or a little bit smaller. I always find printing them out like this is the best way to figure out the sizes. I really like this one. I don't know if it's my luck lately or what, but Shopify just sent me this email regarding a new service they're offering, which is basically email newsletters, like mailing lists. Like, finally, like Shopify, thank you. So for the past month, give or take, I've been contemplating on moving my whole shop to Squarespace solely for the email campaign function, because it's such a powerful tool. I'm kind of shifting I wouldn't call it a business model, but I've been like shifting the way I do things on social media. I would much prefer to keep people who are interested in my work updated via email instead. I'm so happy right now, you don't understand. And they're saying how this is a kind of like it's not a beta feature, but it's a very new feature. So they're going to be adding to it, and it's free for now, but it sounds like it'll be paid in the future. Yeah, in the future, low cost plans. But I'm okay with that, because as long as it's all done through Shopify instead of having to go through like a third party app like MailChimp or whatever, then I'll be happy to pay a small fee. So with Shopify, before this feature has been introduced, in order to have a mailing list, I have to explain this. How do I explain this? I'll show you, because it's difficult to explain it otherwise. Okay, so I have this on my shop. If I ever set up a proper mailing list, you'll be the first to know. With Shopify, you can collect emails through this, but in order to send out emails, you need a separate app. And usually it's a third-party app like MailChimp or any other email campaign businesses or websites. And what would happen is that you go through the dashboard, you attach the app, and you also are charged depending on the fees of that company, rather than it all being through Shopify itself. There's a lot of features on Shopify like that you can just add via apps, but the costs just add up. I was comparing it to Squarespace's email marketing campaign. Let me bring it up. So Squarespace have always had this feature, I believe at least, included with their business plans, but I think this is a new feature where you can add on extra campaigns or something, and it's so well priced compared to any of the third-party apps that were on Shopify. I'm really hoping Shopify has these kind of similar prices, because I can imagine they're trying to compete against Squarespace. This type of feature is a deal breaker for a lot of people. Getting this email has seriously made my whole week. I've just clicked through as well, so to see what it looks like. And usually you can create marketing campaigns like these. I've never tried these, but these are the ones that come with Shopify. But this is the new one, Shopify email, which you would imagine that they'd have. The team from TikTok joined Shopify, the employees who worked for TikTok, and maybe they have something to do with this. So if that's the case, thank you very much, TikTok team, because we know how amazing TikTok emails were. Don't know how long it's going to be free for, but I'd like to send an email out at least before they start charging me so I can try it. But my shop's closed, so the timing isn't like absolutely perfect. I might do a special pre-order when my Sketches 2019 arrives and all the perks, because I think I'm quite likely to have extras. And I know that if I post the physical version, like, gives people an idea as to what the book looks like in its final form before purchasing, so I will do that. And then yeah, it gives people the chance to pre-order it with the perks. I just sent off the sticker wrap email too, so these are in production. Yeah, it's all coming together. I am going to work on the photocards today and finish those off. Hopefully have them done pretty soon, and then I can send everything else to print. So I'm working on the photocards. These are the borders, and I'm going to do a background too. I always tell myself don't over render it, but I ended up adding too many details. This is the simplified version of brick. I actually had a different layer first. This one and another one, but I've changed it now. Yeah, that one was far too detailed because I am printing these card size, so they'll be about 10% of the size I'm painting them at. If that even, maybe even less than that. There is no point in me adding so many details. I just got carried away. I do want to experiment more with how I paint skin and like the textures, but I suppose since I've got deadlines, I shouldn't really experiment. I should just stick to my usual process. Though I paint so infrequently, it doesn't ever feel like I have a very, like an extremely solid process, but it is getting there. I suppose I can show you just the line on its own. I do like these a lot. I want to use them for something else, but because printing them tiny, you can't see the details because they're going to be printed so tiny, but I don't know if I will. I feel like last year all I did was improve the way I drew upper torsos and neglected everything else. Maybe faces as well a little bit. I guess it's very important for my work. Okay, I'm finally ready to send Sketches 2019 to print. Overall, I'm pretty happy. I really like the covers and the inside covers, these designs here. I'm ordering again from Mixam. I just love their upload process. The way it's laid out like this is so convenient. I wasn't sure how many copies to order. I guess the more books you order, the cheaper it is per book. I don't want to over order though at the same time, because then it's difficult to sell everything, but the The good thing about printing original art is that I can tend to keep it in my shop and it will sell eventually. So I thought I'd print the higher number, save on cost per book, and make the costs back as I sell the books throughout the year with like cons and things like that. I'm freaking out. I almost did not catch this, guys. So here is the cover, right? There was actually this white gap on the edge that doesn't reach to the bleed. And oh man, I almost sent that through. Luckily with Mixam you can unconfirm your order. I'd had this checked. Let me show you how I noticed. So I noticed it like this. I was looking through the preview and I thought, huh, is that white band part of the preview or is it actually the artwork? I'm gonna have to go through my file again. I'm so glad I spotted that, oh my gosh. Although I do feel like Mixam are really good with this type of thing and they would have let me know, hopefully, since it's not a small number of books. But you never know, really, do you? I really feel like that was such a rookie mistake to do. I last minute made the cover and the back cover single spreads, and when I imported them into InDesign, and I didn't make sure they were aligned or the right size. So the pages don't save as a spread, they save as single pages with crop marks for each page, and so a little bit of the other page gets included as the bleed. So as you can see here, that's the other page, but it will be trimmed off so you won't see it like that. And that's what you send to the printers. I used to actually extend these pages, so then this would be all red as well. I don't think it's necessary though because of the process they use. So yeah, this is the correct file. Just double check those cut marks. All good. This is such a difficult topic to talk about. Looking at everything objectively, I don't know if I'll be able to go to any of the conventions I plan to this year. They might still be on if they get postponed, but with the time scale and everything, I don't know how likely it is. I'm sure you're watching this to keep your mind off what's going on, so I won't add to your pile of worries. Okay, so yeah, this is a package from Sticker Wrap. So they come in a packet like this. Oh, it's a resealable bag, that's good. Cute. So it's printed on vinyl, and I asked for mirror effects on the red parts of the design, and they added it on the blush as well, which is really cute. I didn't ask for that, but it's a really nice touch. Looking at the print, it does look slightly too light, but it's still okay. I'm not sure if it's because of the glossiness of it. I think it's clear vinyl. I didn't expect that. Kind of wanted white. Okay, it is white vinyl. That's the back. It's metallic. Ooh, I wonder how they print these. Okay, so that's the first design. So that one's black, this one's brick. Oh, it's more subtle than I thought. Oh, it's so nice. Here they are side by side. Why is he so glossy? Oh, he's so reflective. They printed this glossy, they printed this one matte. I don't know why. I wish they printed them both matte. I probably should have specified, but I'm not too familiar with the process, so I didn't know they would do that. I wanted them to match. Okay, never mind. They're still both really nice. This one's definitely my favorite. They even put hollow in half of his eye, the lighter part of his eye. You can see how glossy this one is compared to this one. I definitely would just go with matte in the future. I'm not very keen on like the glossy look on stickers. These are limited edition and they only come with pre-orders of my newest book, Sketches 2019. I'm going to count them, but I should have a few leftovers, so I'll put them up in the store. My cards just arrived, so I can show you those too. So perks-wise with Sketches 2019, you'll get the 2 stickers and 2 photocards. Here's the brick one. And the block photocard. These are printed with Mixam. It's the first time I've printed small cards with them. They come in these cardboard boxes, which is great because usually when I order cards from companies, they come in these plastic boxes, which are pretty annoying after a while. You accumulate quite a few of them. I was originally going to print them with a monotone background, black and white one, but in the end I opted for these ones. I really like how this one came out. There's loads of people outside, like, sounds like they're having a party. Come on, man. The photo cards will come with every copy. They're not limited. And the final perk is a print that will probably arrive next week along with the books. I've ordered quite a lot, which I think I talked about in a previous clip, but now I kind of regret because of the whole convention situation. I should have seen it coming, to be honest. But hey, here we are now. I really like this sticker, how it came out. I should realize photo card too. And colors wise, I think my monitor is okay based on these photo cards. However, they look more saturated on the camera, especially his skin. But I think they're pretty spot on. Now we don't have to worry about the colors in the book. I just finished counting brick. There are about 40 extras, but I've got to count block and see if there's as many extras, and then decide how many pre-order bundles I can put back up. I might estimate these because when I estimated the brick ones based on the height of the pile of 50, I actually got it really close, so I think I can just do that to save time because I've got other things to do today. So how I estimate is I pretty much push down on both piles and see if they line up. And maybe you'll be like a couple out, but it's better than spending an hour counting. Oh. Yeah, I think I have a similar amount of both, so I will be able to put up a few extras on my shop. Obviously the best thing to do whilst you're in quarantine is to tidy. I received this package on Monday. It's currently Saturday. It's from EcoCraft. I finally ordered all the packing supplies that I need for my pre-orders. These are just small envelopes for charms. EcoCraft specialise in eco-friendly packaging and supplies. Things like cardstock, biodegradable bags, which these are. I had to get A4 for my books because my books are A4 square, 210 by 210 millimeters. My ramen supply. This is my food supplies, protein bars and ramyun. So I got a thin tape to see. I only bought one because I wanted to see how thin it actually was before I buy more. Alright, more envelopes. What size are these? Oh, they look small. Shit. I'm gonna have to measure these. The problem is, the zine itself isn't that big. God damn it. I checked the dimensions on the website, so maybe it only corresponds to the outer edge. Alright, 23. Okay. 22. It should fit. The inside looks like it's about 22. So snug, like a snug fit. It's okay lengthwise, but widthwise, it should be alright. I don't have the book yet, so I can't test it. I'm just worried about how the book won't be that thick. It'll probably be about 0.5 centimeter, which is 5 millimeters. Yeah, literally, I think it's about that width. Should be alright. So people order bundles. Hopefully it fits in there as well. I hope so. I ordered a lot of them. I'll figure it out. This is a problem with ordering packaging without the actual book. You can only really make do with the info that's on the website. I think that's it. I just ordered more envelopes. Okay, so that's it. Just envelopes. Okay, I ordered 400. I'm gonna have to count them. I suppose I just can't gauge things because there's 202 in that box. That's good. I have enough for the pre-orders. I'm gonna buy more as I go along the year because I don't know how quickly the books will sell now that I don't have conventions. I'm gonna have a lot of leftover stock, but luckily because it's a collection type of book, it's not a bad thing to have continuous stock of since it's original too. And yeah, for like new people who discover my work later on, they'll be able to like still purchase my collections. So I'm not like too worried, but in the short run, it's an unexpected thing. I probably would have ordered less if I knew the cards would be cancelled. But oh well, one of those things. Now, I'm gonna put these somewhere. Find a home for them.
You see
thought I'd quickly film something and talk about what everybody's been talking about and probably what you're super sick of hearing about COVID-19. I do think it's important to talk about it. It is something that we're all going through together, and we'll all have a different experience coming out of this situation, and it's something we won't ever forget. We've got to keep that open communication. For me, it's like super stressful, as you can tell from these flare-ups. I have an autoimmune disease, so if I get stressed or if I'm not eating well, it shows up pretty quickly. And I'm quite an anxious person already, so the situation doesn't help with my mental state, though I'm trying my best right now. I think I'm past I wasn't really in panic stage. I'm just more stressed about my family members and people who I know who are vulnerable. I didn't explain last time in the last vlog, but this is actually my old bedroom. My older sister, she moved. She has her own house now, so she's been kind enough to give me her bedroom. It worked out quite well because I was very adamant on keeping and having a separate workspace for myself, separate from my bedroom. Obviously, if you don't have the option and you're starting out or you're just doing what you can with what you got, then fair enough, then by all means use your bedroom as your workplace too. I mean, I did that too for a couple of years, but because I have expanded quite a lot over the last year with the amount of stock I keep and things like that, I knew that I needed a bigger space. This room is such a good size, so I've been able to convert it slowly. It's still a work in progress, and use the space really well, and I'm lucky enough to be able to work anywhere now. So I decided to use these rooms to their full potential and also be close to my family. And it's great because I get to save a lot of money. I love the flexibility of being self-employed, but things like getting a loan and getting a mortgage are pretty tough endeavors, so I'm not quite ready to do that yet. The minimum is that you have to be self-employed for I think 2 years before you can apply for something like that. I've been self-employed now for I think it's 2.5 years, so I am past the threshold, but I think your incomes have to be stable. You have to be able to predict the amount you make. Say you're like an eBay seller who sells like phone cases or something, like you kind of can probably, maybe not actually, I can't think of an example. Something that's more steady, that's self-employed. Say like a restaurant, or like say if you open a cafe and you end up making steady income and you can kind of gauge the amount you'll make after you've been doing it for a couple of years. For me, it's still not really like that, so yeah, it's more of a, like my income streams aren't steady like this. I don't have my shop open every day. A bit erratic, yeah, that's the word. So yeah, anyway, sorry, just went off on a tangent there. Now that I am home, I have to be very careful because I do have vulnerable family members and we can't actually go out as often as other people because it's a risk towards them. So yeah, that's what's been stressing me out a little bit. A lot, maybe. Everybody's seeing the situation very differently, and I feel like those who don't find it a big deal and are just going with the flow don't really understand how anxious it makes people who are vulnerable feel. I really hope the UK starts handling the situation better and gets more testing or something, so at least people know if they have it. And because of the uncertainty of everything, MCM has also postponed their May convention in London. I haven't heard anything about what's happening with Dokumi yet. However, I've already decided that I won't be travelling to either of the events anymore. Sadly, it's just not something I can risk right now, and yeah, I also don't like the mental drain on my mind thinking, oh, do I need to do comp prep? Do I need to get ready for this event? Or is it going to get postponed again? Or is it going to get cancelled? Like things like that. It's just like, I'd rather just make a decision of not going, and so I can like move on from that and work on my next project and like just focus on that instead of having this occupy space in my brain. I'm really sorry to those who are planning to visit. Hopefully there'll be a chance to go next year, and we all hope that things have cleared up by then. Anyway, to escape from real life. Isn't it so pretty? I have wanted to switch for a few years, but I always just held back because there was never a reason to get, like a real reason to get. Is there ever really? I couldn't resist these colours, they're just so cute. I've actually never played Animal Crossing. It's gonna be my first time. My sister keeps calling me a fake fan though. I'm gonna take each day as it comes. If the situation has taught me anything, it's that there will always be something that comes up like always. I am lucky that I'm in a position where I can work from home, that I do work from home already, and so it hasn't changed my day-to-day life all that much, but I do have to be very careful. And I can't go to the gym anymore, so I've been trying to work out at home. I've never set myself to do it before. That would make it stick, but I've been really enjoying it. I'm finally using the set of dumbbells I bought like a year ago and never used. And I also bought an extension bar, so I can convert the dumbbells now into a barbell, which is the longer one. So I'm like, this is the best thing ever. Well, I haven't decided yet, but I might just edit all the clips I currently have into a vlog and then upload that, depending on how long it is. And then when my books arrive next week, start filming that as well as like packing pre-orders. Oh, I forgot to talk about post. I'll talk about it in the next vlog. I guess I will be packing orders and talking about it anyway, so I guess it's more relevant then. The pound completely tanked over the last week, and because I purchased most of my stock in dollars USD, it's kind of like very painful. I don't know. I'm gonna do my best to make up for it, and I'll keep you updated about the pre-orders next time. Take care, okay? Stay safe and do what you can for those who are vulnerable in your area. We actually got a card today from a really kind person offering help to buy groceries and things for those who are self-isolating. So something like that is like so wholesome, and I'm just like, some people are just really nice. So yeah, I'll also try and do my part. Okay, bye. See you on Animal Crossing.
That's why I gave you